Hi, it's Karen. Good morning. Yeah, so that was a shocker yesterday. I was at the church yesterday and we had our coffee talk gathering, and it was nice because all of the musicians that I've been going to in the music program at the church for 13 years, maybe a little longer, 13, 14 years. And it was really great to actually sit down and talk to some of the people there, because usually when they have the music program going, there are so many performers now that you can't sit and talk. So, they do have a bit of a lunch break where you can talk to a few people during the lunch break. But anyway, yeah, I've been going for 13 years and singing and in support of that. And then I had to stop because it just was getting too much. I was getting overwhelmed and it was getting too hard on me to be able to go and participate anymore, because that's like constant work, work, work all the time. And yeah, I don't have to explain anymore. So, anyway, I did spend some time down in Nashville. I visited a few times throughout the years. And when I came home from the church, I was really shocked to find out that Dolly Parton had passed away. And she was a really positive figure for me as a songwriter. I grew up, as many people did, watching her. And also, yeah, I grew up with her and Tammy Wynette as well. So, Tammy Wynette's music become really that old style country. And some people love it. Like people in Texas are still doing traditional country. And in Nashville, no, they wanted more of a modern sound, whatever that's supposed to be. So it's not the traditional country like you hear with steel guitars and that sort of thing. So anyway, yeah, so I work with a producer, Denny, down there, and I was on Music Row. So that was a really lucky experience. And I didn't get to go back, I think, for various reasons. Um, Also, Ray Stevens, I would have liked to have went to see him, possibly even meet him, but more so to go to his cabaret, because they're seasonal performers. I didn't get that chance to do it, and I don't feel good about what Trump's doing now, that I wouldn't feel comfortable going over the border. Like, it was enough of that whole Karen thing for for a few years, let alone, with the tariffs, it wouldn't be in my best interest to go to the USA. So anyway, yeah. So I spent time in Nashville, and Denny had married and beautiful wife, and he sold the studio in Nashville, and they bought a cabin together and they moved to Seaverville. So I was talking to Denny online. 2016 was the fires, and Dolly was instrumental in helping Seaverville rebuild itself. So I had so much deep respect for Dolly. And so I kept writing a few country songs. When my album came out, that was Country Song Strong. Sorry, it's hard to get the words out. Yeah, so when my album Country Strong came out, it wasn't well received, and I put my heart and soul into that album, and yeah, it didn't work out the way I had hoped it would be. So, my most recent song, I just put a video to it, and it's just so strange that I was working on the video, and it's just been released, and it's right at Dolly's passing, and it's called Together with Horses. And I released the song itself, and it was on Spotify, and it was a weird thing that it got a lot of views, and Spotify had taken it down because it surpassed the numbers it was supposed to, and typically, a music artist that's independent isn't supposed to get that many views. So they took it down because it was getting so much airplay on different streams around the world. And I had nothing to do with that. I don't pay a promoter. I'm not allowed to, as to my distributor's contract. So it's not a contract, but their policies. So I didn't have anything to do with that. And so it was pulled, and I thought that was kind of unfair, but I re uploaded it a few days later. And so now, just the same day, now, in around the time of it's Dolly's passing, that I release a song, so on video. So yeah, that's just kind of weird how all this works. So I believe that was a gift, like all songs, like a lot of songs are a gift from the universe, and they're a gift from our creator. So, and that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm not doing so many country songs because I'm just not part of the scene. I like country music too, but I also enjoy exploring different genres as I have. And that's just part of me being an artist and different life experience, being exposed to different kinds of music. Um, when I went to the Middle East, I really wanted to do more Middle Eastern music, but it was really difficult to try to find artists to work with and collaborate with. So I kind of scrapped that idea. And the language to me is very hard. It's very difficult. So I can't sing in other languages. I even attempted learning Spanish at one point when I went to Spain, and that was many years ago. And then I kind of lost it, so I didn't stick to being a crossover artist. So, but I just kept going into different genres, and I didn't know whether people would appreciate that or not. So anyway, yeah, so Together with Horses is out now. At least I feel a sense of accomplishment, and I think the video turned out really pretty too. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that, and that's my memory of Dolly. I never got the chance to ever meet her, and I never met Shania Twain either. All my friends did. She came to her hometown because this guy I grew up with on my street, he was a drummer for her when she was playing the bars. Small world again. But I didn't get the chance to hang out with her. And also, yeah, there is a few things that went on. So she didn't come back, and, she went down to the States, and the rest is history kind of thing. But yeah, so that Dolly was her mentor, and she got the opportunity to be able to sing with her, which was wonderful because she became a big star herself. So anyway, yeah, I went a different route, and that was okay because I've been more of a studio artist than I have a performer. And it was just, it's the people that you get in alignment with and what you get in business with. And some of them offer some services, and others don't offer other services. And also, too, I went through a lot of incidents where I just wouldn't partner with certain people for what they wanted. And, one guy in one studio, he wanted to own all of my copyrights. And so that means you're singing for nothing again. Somebody owns your copyrights and they own your music, and you're just basically renting your music. So I didn't want it to go that way. So anyway, yeah, I wanted to own my own music and be independent, and there isn't anything wrong with that. So sometimes you're stuck paying a price with that, and I just really didn't want to be puppet that way. So yeah, so anyway, I'm glad that I at least had the chance to experience music and meet a lot of professional people in the industry. And there's no guarantee that your music is going to take off and turn into something big unless you have a lot of investment behind you. And if you don't have that, chances are pretty slim. So, there's been a number of tries and I've come close, but yeah, it is really about investment and what you have behind you. And a lot of these artists, they start out with a lot of financial backing before they get known, and they also have investors that they have at least a minimum into $1 million. That's how they play it in the States. That's why everything's so big. They're massive shows there. It's not like in other countries. So anyway, I've talked too much again. So have a good day, and yes, I hope that you can enjoy my most recent release on Vevo. It's called Together with Horses. Okay, have a good one. Thanks. Bye.